Alright guys, it's Monday morning. Week's off to a great start. I got a lesson with one of the high performance rowers yesterday where he just made fun of me the entire time and tried to correct me on all my rowing mistakes. That was great. I got a hardcore row in this morning. That was fun. Currently out walking my dogs. Yeah, it's about to be a good week. I got my row this morning was with my mixed doubles partner, prepping for Masters Nationals. I'll be in at least 4, maybe 5 boats, so that's exciting. But yeah guys, week's off to, I would say, what we would call a spectacular start.
It's alright, I don't need many.
It's better. It's alright. It's alright. No. Get the tap, get the tap. No. It's close. It's close. That's pretty good. No. No. Tap.
Asked me what my goals were. I told her I wanted to be competitive. She's like, how about this? Come over to TRC and I will equip you with every tool you need in order to see the success that you want to see. And I was like, well, how do I argue with that? I'll see you soon.
Alright everybody, this is Eileen, and she's going to be doing some hex bar deadlifting. She's new to strength training, had never done any deadlift variation before in her life. And now she's doing over her body weight for reps. This is 160. Eileen, take it away. Big deep breath into the nose. Tight breath. There we go. Great leg drive. Remember, hips a little higher. Fix your breathing pattern. Excellent. Last one. Perfection. Once again, guys, this went from never deadlifting in her life to deadlifting over her body weight for reps in 6 or so weeks. Oh, we're doing good work here, team. Alright guys, I apologize. I have not been able to film as much content this week as I've been rowing less and working out less due to me having a 2K test this weekend. So the goal has been to keep life pretty easy and low-key. Focus on recovery and make sure I get all that stuff done and get prepared for this Saturday. It's about to be epic. I'm trying to PR by at least 4 seconds. So that's going to be hard and angry. And so wish me luck, team, as that's coming up.
Alright guys, we're about to undergo the 2,000 meter erg test. Once again, one of the hardest and most painful tests you can do as anyone who wants to row or wants to do anything aerobic. It's rough, even for rowers. Yeah guys, this was the Pain Cave Unlimited. Yeah guys, the goal, I was trying to hold a 134 for the entire time. Unfortunately, I did not get to do that. I averaged out like a 134.4. I was really hopping up and down as far as my splits. I didn't have a lot of experience pacing on the erg. I've been running a lot of time on the water and less on the erg, and so therefore my force application to how many strokes I'm trying to do in a minute was completely off. And so I was just like bouncing anywhere between like a 130 to like a 136, and I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. But it's all right. I'm glad I got to do it with these guys. They really pushed me. I was rowing with like 7 other guys. There's 4 of us in the front. There's 3 in the back. My coach is actually behind me to the left. So behind me to the left is my coach. He did not have to do this, but he decided to do it with us because that's what animals do. Really proud of you, coach. If you want to train a lion, you got to hang out in the lion's den. And behind me is the other animal, JT. That's my dude. He's got that dog in him too. He pushed hard. Proud of him. But yeah, guys, this was the first part of the 2K erg test. It splits into 500 meters per thing, so you really want to you don't want to pace yourself. I came out the gate kind of hard, and then you kind of settle into it here, and that's kind of what I'm doing, where I'm kind of settling into my stroke, or trying to. I'm actually going almost the same stroke as JP. He's a little faster than I am, so I'm proud that I was at least similar. Oh no, he's got a lot faster than me. He's probably going at least 2, if not 4 strokes per minute higher than me. Oh well. But yeah, guys, this was the start of the 2K, and of course, you're about to see the end very shortly. Alright, guys, this is probably the last minute or so of my 2K test. I'm definitely hurting by this point. We're going hard, and pushing. I see JP's pushing, I'm pushing, we're going after it. He's so much faster than me. Oh, it's annoying. But look at him. We're going. We're getting after it. I'm trying to chase him. I'm not going to catch him. Look, he finished before me. I'm still going. This is my time on screen right here, guys. 1:33 at the end with a 6 minutes and 17 seconds, 0.8 seconds as far as a finish. I turned off the volume here, guys, because all I had was obscenities and pain at the end of this thing. Man, it hurt. All right, guys. So this pretty much includes the week as far as what happened with questing with Quadfather this week. Only thing I didn't get to talk about was, I think, what happened in therapy this week. Therapy, my therapist was like, "Oh, John, you're doing good. You're doing all your homework, all your assignments. Proud of you." I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." He then kind of gave me a little bit of homework. He suggested, as well as my business coach suggested, for my mental health and my mindset stuff, to start microdosing like experiences. So like this week I got to go out and go to a comedy show because I hadn't been, because someone invited me on like a last minute kind of thing, and I was like, I wouldn't normally do this. I won't stay very long as I have rowing and work and adulthood to do, but at least I can say I went and tried it. I can determine it wasn't for me. So for those of you who are like, I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z, just like, hey, give yourself like 30 minutes to try it and see what happens. Like maybe the 30 minutes goes well, maybe it doesn't. You'll see. And I learned, I was like, hey, you know what? This wasn't the comedy show, like going out late at, like not late at night, obviously, like it's before 10 o'clock because I'm trying to be in bed by 10. And even though like this wasn't like the most amazing experience I've ever had, I would definitely say, like, I'm grateful that I got to have it. I definitely probably won't do this again, or if I do, it'll be occasionally, but definitely wasn't like I'm gonna definitely be doing this every time, all the time, kind of thing. So, but at least I know that about myself now. I normally don't get to even do that and decide if that's for me or not. So that's a cool experience to have that I'm really glad I did get to try. My therapist also suggested that I perform kind of like a test with my partners as far as like, and friends really, as far as like what like love languages are and stuff like that. And like, and for people who don't know what love languages are, if you have questions about that, like go leave in the comments. I'll tell you, I'm not a professional about like and super knowledgeable about love languages, but I know you should know in general. Love languages are how you experience and express love. In knowing how you experience and express love and knowing how others experience and express love could be beneficial about how you benefit and foster a relationship, essentially. And so the love language is really knowing what they are, knowing what yours are, and that of your partners or your friends or your family or your parents or whoever you're dealing with could be very beneficial as far as like having like healthy interactions with them. But he had me do that, and the game was, or the assignment was, to list your top 3 out of the 5, have the other person list the top 3 out of the 5, and then you list what you think theirs are, and they list what they think yours are. And so you kind of get to play a guessing game of like, hey, did I score correctly? And then you can list them as far as order of importance as well. I'm sorry, small little burp. 5 love languages for those who don't know. Acts of service, words of affirmation. Okay, that's 2. Doing good so far. Quality time, gift giving, and physical touch are usually like the 5 love languages. There are love languages that exist outside of these. I don't like to think it's as simple as 5, but like these are like the 5 main ones that usually like kind of hit on the dot. So knowing these, knowing what yours are, knowing what those of your friends, partners, family members are, that can really help you like foster a better relationship and things like that. Yeah, just a little bit of what went on as far as like therapy and mental health this week. Last thing I got to do as far as my business coach for mental health, I have to sit back and reflect on what happened this year so far. Like we're like halfway through the year, right? And so he's like, sit back, think about how far you've come, what's been accomplished, what's good, what's the bad, what can you do better on, and that'll be like a fun experience you're gonna have, because I usually don't take the time to be grateful for things that I have done thus far. I'm always focused on the next mission, the next assignment. So it'll be good. The last thing I have to do. Once you guys know how that goes, obviously on the next episode of Questing with Quadfather. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Questing with Quadfather, or Questing with the Quadfather. And have any questions, comments, concerns about what goes on in my life or what goes on in the rest of the channel, like definitely throw them in the comments. I'd love to answer them. But yeah, guys, see you in the next episode. Later.